Once again, Kerala, I hope you can see the letters on the board. I hope. Because these are words that begin with either the letter of la vocal I or O or U, and they look like English, but they're not pronounced like English. So you have the word ilegal, right? Illegal, ilegal, right? Ilícito, imitar, imperativo, iniciar, emigrar, irritarse, isla, italiano. Okay, so let's do it again. Ilegal, ilícito, imitar, imperativo, iniciar, emigrar, irritarse, isla, italiano. I just saw a mistake, right? But you're not supposed to admit on a video, but I admit when I make a mistake. Emigrar. Okay, that will be fixed on both the card and in the, and now I'm fixing it on the video. Because I think video should be, I'm not saying supernatural, you know, come on any way that I want to, but I think if I make a mistake, I should admit that I make a mistake, right? So it's emigrar, okay. So ilegal, ilícito, imitar, imperativo, iniciar, emigrar, irritarse. And some of these words look just like in English. You can almost want to pronounce them like in English. And isla and italiano, italiano. Okay. Now, these words begin with the O, O, O. Now, there are quite a few words that begin with the O. And when you go on the website, you'll see those words and try to pronounce them. But remember, pronounce them with the O sound, not with the, God knows how many sounds the poor little O has in English. Okay, so it's obedecer, objetivo. Now, and I make this mistake a lot. Objetivo, subjetivo. Can you hear me pronouncing a C there? Objetivo, right? I'm pronouncing as if there's a C there, and that's because my English is interfering with my Spanish. Because in English, it's O-B-J-E-C. E-C-T-I-V-E. But in Spanish, there is no C, right? So it's objetivo, right? But sometimes my throat hears that J-E, and it wants to pronounce like objective, objective. But it's objetivo. O-B-J-E-T-I, B chica, O. Ocupado. Not occupy or occupied, but ocupado. And that C, that O is pronounced like an O, but more importantly, even though I'm not looking at the U right now, the U is not pronounced like how we say it in English, occupy. In Spanish, it's ocu, ocupado. This U is pronounced like the U sound. Now, that's not always consistent, and we'll talk about that. In fact, I've already talked about it in my one of my videos on sound. If you go into, let me see, YouTube, and my YouTube is, oh God, I lost my mind, you know, it's like a sieve sometimes. Cab1, and cab is spelled, I'm going to spell it to you in Spanish first and then in English. In Spanish, it's C, A, B grande, E, D, uno. C, A, B grande, E, D, uno. In English, it's cab, which is C, A, B, E, D, 1. Okay. And I have quite a few videos on pronunciation. Quite a few. You're going to have to look for them, but you'll see them. And it's one, they're called, you know, Spanish pronunciation. And then I have also quite a few videos on accents. But I didn't have it exactly on the alphabet. and the exact pronunciation of the different vowels of the alphabet. But I do have it on, you know what, I'm thinking about it, I do have it on the different pronunciations of the U. Yeah, I do. You know, when it's G-U, it's, as example, agua, gua, gua, gua. If it's followed by what is called a hard vowel, that U becomes a W sound, wah, wah, wah. But if it's G-U-E, then the U is not even pronounced like toque, toque, no me toques, toques, like no me toques, which means don't touch me. So it's not no me toques, it's no me toques. That U is only there, but that's a Q sound. That's the Q. Sorry, that's a Q-U. I'm sorry. I can't think of a... Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Guerra. Guerra. G-U. And following the U is that soft vowel E. So it's G-U-E-R-R-A. You don't say guerra, because guerra is spelled differently than guerra. So that U there is only there in order to pronounce the G as a hard G. G, G, G. Okay. But if you want to pronounce after a U, a soft sound, like guerra, guer, like a W sound, guer, 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 then you have to make that U. You know how you have the little dots on top? That's how you do it. I have all of those things in my video, and videos on pronunciation, because I think it's all important. Okay? So, because in English we tend to look at, you know, the accents and all that. It's so fancy, so exotic. It's not fancy. Each time you see it, it has a meaning. It's telling you, it's signaling you what you should do, how you should pronounce. So let's go back to the vowels, and so we can finish up the vowels. There are many more cards in iStudyGuides.com that contain these vowels, words that begin with these vowels. But in English you would say U, Uganda. In Spanish, no. It's U, because the U sound is not in Spanish, not like that exactly. Not like that. It's Uganda, Uganda, único. Now you'll see an accent, or at least I hope you see an accent. That means that the emphasis is on the first part of the word, the first syllable. Único, not único, but único. Urgencia, urgencia. Usar, not usar. Usar. And usurpar, usurpar. Ooh, that's hard. Usurpar. I want to say usurpar. There used to be a telenovela, I think from Mexico. I'm almost sure from Mexico. Yeah, it was from Mexico. Usurpadora. La Usurpadora. I used to watch it. Oh, back in the day. Now I watched it again. I don't know what was in my mind. It was so silly. But at the time, I was young. I was young. At the time, I loved it. So, I want to pronounce all these letters again and all these words. First place, let's look at the vowels. A, E, O, U. So we're just talking about E, O, and U. So here we go. Ilegal, ilícito, imitar, imperativo, iniciar, inmigrar, irritarse, isla, italiano, obedecer, objetivo. Notice I try not to pronounce that C, even though it's in my throat. It shouldn't be. Ocupar, Uganda, Uganda, what am I doing? Uganda, único, urgencia, usar and usurpar. Go into iStudyGuides.com. Go into welcome, W-Y-L-C-O-M-E, or W-Y-L-C-O-M-A, right, .com, and look at the cards and try to pronounce them. Try to pronounce them, because that's one of the ways you begin to enter into a world that's growing and growing. And I keep saying this to my students, and I'll say it to you. If you do not speak Spanish well, and I do not care that your parents are from a Latin American country, I do not care that your parents speak Spanish. If you do not speak the language well, I am not questioning your nationality, I'm not questioning your ethnicity, I'm not questioning your race, I'm not questioning any of that. But if you do not speak the language well, just like if I do not speak English well, right? Even if that's not the reason why I'm not hired, that's the reason they can use for not hiring me. And Spanish can be one way to get your foot in the door. Because people still don't understand that Spanish is quickly becoming the second language of the United States. In some places it's the first. Where I used to live in California, believe me, if you didn't speak Spanish, there were very few jobs you could get. Very few jobs you could get. But if you did speak the language, there were many jobs, many opportunities. So Spanish is the language of tomorrow. Both Spanish and English, because you have to be both. You have to be bilingual. And I argue that you should be trilingual. If I ruled the world, if I were God, everyone would speak Spanish, whatever, what comes first, Spanish, English, English, Spanish, whatever. But you would speak English, Spanish, and Mandarin, Chinese. But I don't rule the world, I'm not God, so, that's how it is. So, once again, don't forget, go into istudyguys.com. Welcome, WYLCOME, WYLCOMA.com, and cab, C-A-A-B, grande, .com. Oh, but at YouTube. Okay, thank you. And I hope this helps you to learn how to pronounce Spanish.